Welcome to another video. Believe it or not, I've been yapping. I didn't know. I didn't press record. But anyways, hopefully I can remember what I was saying. But essentially, I've been in here for a minute. I've been here for about 2 hours, and I've finished my first project, which you guys have seen. I've actually had phone calls from like close friends, which I'm gonna actually touch on later on. But I've had a few phone calls about what I'm working on, and it's nice to see that some people are actually like they've taken an interest in what I'm doing, and it's pretty cool. Hopefully, you guys can hear me because it's very loud here. So currently, I'm at a stage where I've completed my first project. I don't think I'm going to like launch it because it's not that deep. But I'm just trying to get into the swing of creating project and understanding like I said in my previous video, the science behind creating like a software or even an app. I feel like I've had fun with this one. Now it's taken a while to get to this stage, but I've had fun with this. I want to move on to something else. I will put the link below to, I guess, if you guys want to use it or even have an idea of to look into how I even made it. I'll put the link below. But I've spent the last 2 hours or last hour and a bit just trying to figure out what my next project is, and I've figured it out. It's something that I also it's not even a problem, but it's something that I spend, I guess, a lot of time doing, and if I can create this project, it can save me time and other people as well. So I've spent the last hour and a bit just trying to understand what I want to work on going forward, and I have an idea, which is good. So I would start vlogging that from tomorrow. I haven't changed my approach to how I vlog these videos. I have this vision of, recording like this, but somehow I have my screen also being recorded as well. I'm not too sure how I'm going to execute that, but I'll try and figure that out as quick as possible. But I will try and get that done before tomorrow. Now, the second thing that I wanted to quickly talk about is on the back of my first project, and this is on the back of my first video, I had a phone call with one of my friends, and which is very interesting. And I say it's interesting because the call lasted 4 days. Day one we spoke for about an hour, day two we spoke for about an hour again, and then day three we spoke for about 2 to 3 hours. And the call was interesting because, essentially, to cut the story short, one of my friends who called me on the back of seeing my video, I never knew, but he's been working on a tech project behind the scene, which he hasn't given me consent to talk about it, but just to like cover the surface of it, I'm hearing he's talking about like a certain retainer of about 6k and 8k, and to me that's like a success. It's nice to hear that, and also with what he's working on, it's not even something huge, or it's not something massive. It's not even something like commercially. It's not going to solve the world's problem. What he's done, him and his team, there's 3 of them. But what he's done is they've just identified they've identified one problem in a very small niche, in a very small market, which could lead to, in my opinion, from what I've heard and from what he said to me, and knowing what I've seen as well, it could lead to into a retainer of a 6 to 12k per month minimum, given what they've solved. Now, when we spoke, it was just so interesting because this is someone I wouldn't say he's never been in tech, but I just never thought about him as someone that would embark in that sort of stuff. But I guess that's the real problem solver. When you're a problem solver, you tend to solve problems, whether it's by yourself or with other people. And I think he's a problem solver, and I think he's got something in the bag. But the point of me even saying this is because he hasn't really given me consent to talk about it, and also he hasn't really launched it. Maybe when he launches it, we can, if it happens, we can talk about it. But the point is that it motivated me a little bit more, and also gave him some words of advice as well, because he's somebody that can pivot from one thing to the other. So I gave him some words of advice. But the point is that we spent over 5 hours talking about what he's doing and the pain points and what he's faced, and some of the L's that he's taken, the amount of money he's spent over the last few months, because he's been working on this for about a year, the different developers and the pain point and the friction that he's had to overcome. And you can hear the passion when he speaks, because it's, you can't fake that sort of conversation. You have to bear in mind he's not a tech person, so hearing how he speaks and some of the terminology that he's using, you can tell, yes, this guy he's been creating projects. And he talks about having meetings with clients. I'm like, wow. But the point is that it's just motivated me. And I also told him my plan, which I'm not going to say yet, but hopefully if I'm going at this pace where I'm making something every single month and I'm learning as much as possible, I think by the end of the year I will have a solid project that I can work on, that can solve. And again, going back to my friend's project, it's a very small project that solves one problem for a lot of people in a very small niche, in a very small market. And that could result to a monthly retainer of about 8 to 12k per month minimum. And that's very inspirational. And it's even inspirational because that's actually a friend, not a stranger. So if a friend can do that, it's very, I'm not saying it's reachable, obviously it's going to be hard, it's challenging, but it's attainable. It's very motivational as well. So I aspire to get to that point at some point, but that just motivated me. That's kind of what I wanted to just reflect on. I don't want to go into too much details because he hasn't actually given me permission to talk about the project, and I'm sure he wouldn't mind me talking about what he's working on. But again, you guys wouldn't know who he is. But yeah, even if you did know, you wouldn't even think he's working on this, because he doesn't appear as a type. But the point is, yeah, over the next few months I'm gonna get really busy. He's motivated me and I love that. So yeah, I'm gonna head home now because I have an idea of what I'm gonna be doing going forward. And yeah, I even bought a drink. But yeah, I'm gonna go home now. Tomorrow I'm going to, it's crazy now that I'm really I'm gonna give this 100% of my time. For some reason it feels like there's not enough time in the day anymore. It feels like there's just not enough time in the day. It feels like I need to buy some time. So I think over the next few months I'm just going to be on I'm just going to be grinding. I'm going to just be hustling. But yeah, I think by the end of the year I see myself having a software or a platform that solves problem. And hopefully it can make me enough money to call it a success. I don't know what I'm measuring yet, but I want to be at a stage where I can solve a lot of problem and I'm doing a lot. Anyways, we'll leave this one here, and then I'll see you guys in the next video.